Day 2, April 1st. Carter Ferry shelter area. Went from very calm to a very windy night. And it's 42 degrees right now. We do have a nice sunrise from my tent. And it's a little after 6. And I'm getting packed up slowly here. Doing as much as I can from inside my sleeping bag, which kept me toasty warm. We'll talk later. Okay, so day 2, very windy night. It was 42 or so this morning when I woke up. Well, it's 44 now, but I'm on the lee side of the ridge, which is nice. The trail is also somewhat improved over the rock hopping we did yesterday. Not to say that it's absolutely smooth, but that's all right. We'll take it. So, kind of lessons from last night was sleep bag was good. Putting it right up over my head was good. Oh, there goes a deer. The other thing was, because our feet were dry, camp shoes were not necessary. Just loosen my approach shoes, whatever they're called, my trail runners, and that worked just fine. Also fine for getting up in the middle of the night. So, also I discovered I brought 2 buffs. Hardly ever wear buffs, so I got 2 of them. And lost one in the middle of the night. That was kind of a panic, necessarily. Of course, I found it this morning, packing up. Here's this morning's view. What do we got here? Well, this is the sort of morning you kind of hope for. Trail is nice, made for walking rather than fracturing your ankles. And so far I've seen 3 deer. The second one was sort of down the hill and kind of I don't say a snort, but a exhale. Let me know it was there, so I peeked around and saw it. The third one was right up here on the trail. It's going to be a tough day to figure out what to wear, because either I'm out of the wind like I am now, or I'll hop over and be in the wind. It's a little bit behind me from my right, but and the trail is going to go in this direction pretty much all day, I guess. So if it kind of keeps up, this is almost pleasant. Talk to you later. You can camp up here. Great view. Zero protection from the wind. And some nice rock formations. And the trail continues to be nice. Table Rock view. So, it took me about 3.5 hours to get to Peter Mountain Shelter. Got there around 11:40 or something. 11:45, I forget. And basically settled in, had a nice rest, took the shoes off, let the socks dry, kind of checked ahead. Oh, sorry, that was a deer that I tried to catch. And then Chris showed up. Chris went down, got some water because I had checked the radar and it looked like there was a pretty nasty storm coming. And so we were kind of indecisive, right? So we'd done 6.8 miles from the last shelter. And could have stayed the night there, but it was, noon. It's a long time until sunset at 8. And a nice shelter. The privy was filled with wood chips. So, 2-decker shelter, nice. So, then the rain sort of came. Wasn't as bad as the radar showed. Still a little bit going on. Chris didn't want to hike in the wet rocks. Oh, here we go. Shit. Oh, God. All right, so I'm not sure what happened. Turned the video off, so I'm not sure what's got recorded or not. Make this a little bigger here. So we stopped and had lunch basically at Peter's Mountain Shelter. Had some hot soup, which was good. Chris got water, lots of water. So we're all watered up. And at around 1:30, it's left because it's 5 miles to the next campsite, which does not have water. But we have, oh gosh, 3, 5, 7 liters of water. Chris is carrying the bulk of that, which is kind of heavy, but he's very strong. He caught up to me. He did in this morning's 6.8 in 2.5 hours versus my 3.4. So, anyways, we're headed northbound. Another 4 miles to check out the campsite. Hoping the rain doesn't pick up enthusiasm. You can hear it. And we'll see when we get there and how it looks and how we feel. The usual things. So we'll get back to you. Okay, so today's wrap up. So we did 6.8 to Peter Mountain Shelter, then we 5 to the campsite where we had chicken stew, and that was at 5 miles, but it was up on the ridge, so it was pretty windy. So then we descended 1.6 miles to this spring, which had a stealth campsite. So that's where we are now, and so that's like a total of 13.4 or something total AT miles. And it did rain back on us. We put our umbrellas up, which was fine, but it was a gentle rain. And now we're hanging out
food's hung, and we've got ready to go for tomorrow. Pretty tired. I think it's 11.6 to the next shelter, so I think it will be a little easier day than today. But we got to climb almost immediately. So we'll see you tomorrow.